The glorious coming, tabernacle and temple. When the Israelites wandered in the wilderness and moved towards the promised land, they were given instructions through Moses for a dwelling place for God, which would be called the tabernacle. And here an outer court was built, and then a tent that contained the holy place as well as the Holy of Holies. In the Holy of Holies, it was said God himself would bring his presence to be with the priest who came to make atonement for the persons in the camp's sins every year. And in that Holy of Holies was the Ark of the Covenant, which contained the Ten Commandments which Moses got from Mount Sinai, as well as Aaron's rod, which budded ripe almonds, as well as manna, which is the bread that God poured down from heaven to allow them to be sustained throughout the desert. So this area showed God's providence as well as God's law. And it is an important part of showing God's glory, because he's a God that will provide and sustain you. This tabernacle was superseded by Solomon's temple, which was built some 440 years later during the reign of King Solomon, who was King David's son. And the specifications were more or less the same, except that this was not a tent, but an actual building that was built to sustain a dwelling place for God, or a temple for God here on earth. This is an outpouring of what God wants to see here in our own lives, because if you realize the outer court, the Holy of Holies, and the holy place is almost a representation of our own bodies, which is spirit, soul, and body. 3 compartments. So God is showing that we ourselves are a part of him, or can come to dwell with him in that part of ourselves which is our spirit. We'll speak more about this in the coming week.